Hello, friends, and welcome back to Restore You. It is Angela, and we are going to start working on our document folder fairy journal. So if you watched Thursday's video, you saw that I found this at a thrift shop. I also found this frame, if you will, and I had these, I'm going to say it wrong again. Cecily Mary Barker. I always want to say Celia. Postcards. So I went ahead and glued this down and then backed it just with a piece of one of my scrap papers just to give it a little more oomph so it will adhere correctly on here. So this is going to be our journal topper. I have not yet decided what I'm going to do here, but my thought is perhaps if I can get it to work. I don't know. I really like this as a great big, just imagine a great big bow here on the side of some sort, if I can get it, because we're going to make it into a Midori journal, which if you don't know what that is, I will quickly tell you. Oh, I can show you too. So what we're basically going to do when we're ready to sew the signature in is I have two little points marked here, and we will just punch holes here and here. I have a piece of elastic. Well, no, I do not. I need to get some either gold or white elastic because all I have is black. And then that will be something that our signature can slide in and out of, so this can be used over and over and over again. And this one comes with, it's got a little pocket here, a little tuck here. It's got a pocket here, a place for a pen, and then it's just clear, total blank on the back. So it's perfect. And that's unplanned thrift shop haul. And it worked out great. But what we need to do is find some more papers, because here's what I've got so far. Oh no, I'm trying to remember who these are by. I'm going to have to look it up. I should have looked beforehand. So these are digital. The pages actually can be, well, 8 1/4, but I'm going with 8 inches tall by up to, if you wanted, like I did on this, I put these together with my medical tape, up to 14 1/4 inches wide. So this I think I'm going to make into a pocket, a top pocket. I've got this. I've got some old music paper. This is some embossed, oh, this needs to, I think, go the other way. Some embossed paper. And then these are from one of the books. I think it's from A Treasury of Flower Fairies is my guess. And then this is a piece of my coffee dyed paper, another pocket. Oh, so how many? I need to be counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 8 for another top pocket. 9, 10, 11. This is wallpaper. 12. This is some of my, I think that is my food coloring dyed paper. Now I forgot already. Good Lord. I think this is 13. So 13 pages, and we need at least, I would say, let me get this back out. I don't want it to be too bulky. Do I want to do 20? Well, we'll do at least 16 and go from there and see what we have. So the first thing that I got out, and this is humongo. This was a book, or one of my fabric sample books, and I found this piece that I thought went really well with kind of the fairies. Don't you think? So I want to use that. Let's see how wide it is. I always do this wrong. So this is 9 inches. So we'll have to cut it down about an inch, but it looks like I've got plenty there. And it is, if I can get this cut as close to, this is about 11. So let's get out my, oh no. I took that with me. What am I going to do? I took it with me when I was in the car. Landon drove. Well, let me see if I have an alternative. Oh, here, I've got a small X-Acto knife. Let's see if I can make this happen. I never use this for this kind of project. And this one happens to just be borders, so they're much smaller. I didn't quite get it up at the top. There we go. Ooh, look at the succulents. That's pretty. Okay, so I think we'll use this one. Put the borders away. Thank goodness for that. Now I need to leave this out, so I remind myself to go. I put this in the little side pocket of my car, so I could kind of almost like this as a. I need to cut it down. Maybe the center point of it. Let's see what it looks like once we cut this down, though. It's going to be long enough this way inside the journal. I was like, did I cut that on the right side? I hope so. Okay. Let's try to fold it this way. And what we're going to do, my thought was, in the coming weeks, we'll just work on this fairy journal. And then I have one other journal on deck that I kind of started spur of the moment that we might work on as well. Oh, that looks fine. Looks better that way. I like that as the center. Okay, that's gonna do it. Then maybe I can just scoot this up here, and that way I can just pull it down. Let's say this is, how wide? 10.5 by a little over 8. So let's just trim off this side. And we'll use these. I just happened to find these today. Ooh. Some of those older book pages, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't mind my garbage can is that overflowing. Okay, why we got this out? Let's do this one too. Do this side. Because there's no need to cut the pretty. Ooh, this is... I should have just used scissors. Like I said, I don't mind the rough edge, but... what else do I have? So that was 13, 14, 15. That's 16. More fairies. These are all the same. Let's just do this one. And this one's already a little raggedy. So we'll make this one equally as raggedy. There's 17. And I feel like I want to use a piece of this. This is from Inked Paper Art, Kate Marshall. She does beautiful work. And yes, I know, I do make my own. This is pretty. My own dyed paper, but there's just something about that yellow is pretty. I was thinking maybe this greeny Yes. Okay. I think we're going to stop with that because the only other thing I have is this little piece of tiny piece, and it doesn't really go. Oh, and I have some, hang on. We'll just go ahead and cut them because I think we might use them. If I get alligator mouth, I get alligator mouth, right? Okay, what do we have? I have this one, although I'm not finding it great, but this one, this is a Tim Holtz piece, and I think it's cool because it's vellum. And then I have this one that says ferns and flowers, but we're going to put those aside. We also have all of these that I printed. Some of them didn't get printed the way they should have. I don't know. Maybe these are from the graphics fairy. I don't know. Okay. I'm deciding. Is this ripped up here a little bit? Okay, so let's definitely take a little bit off of there. You know what? This might... No, it's not. I was thinking maybe I had a little bit of paper or something in there that was keeping it from... Well, that's not helping anything. There we go. So I hope you guys are all well. I did not give a shout out yet, I just realized. So first of all, thank you all for subscribing, for giving me a thumbs up on my videos. It helps tremendously on getting to my goals, which I'm getting there. And as soon as I reach my 1,000 subscriber mark, there'll be some changes on our page, or on the YouTube channel. And I will be dedicating this channel strictly to arts, DIY, arts and crafts and things. And then we will do our Meet the Shrods on another channel. So while I was getting ready to put things away, I did find, this is a Vera Bradley book, and I thought a couple of these pages might work well. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so I thought about, this is quickly becoming way more pages than I was expecting. Let's see. I'll take that off because I will forget. There's one other one. Oh, this one's kind of cute too. It says live for the moments. It's got butterflies on it, and it's just like that on the other page. So let's try that one. Shall we try this? This blade does not seem very sharp, but it doesn't get used very often, so it should. That didn't really help that much. I think I was being too gentle. Okay. That's going to do it. And then I'm going to put this book, because on my other project, there's some bright colors in there, and I think it might work for some additional pages in the journal. So let's see how wide these are. There we go. That's going in the garbage. Okay, now we've got all of our signatures and we're ready to rock and roll. What we're going to do next, I do not know. Possibilities are endless. Okay, let's see. Why is that so hard for me? And in addition to all of you who subscribe, like, comment, we have some new folks that have subscribed as well. Today, let's see, Patricia K, Ginny Howell, and Rosie's Craft Shack. I love that, by the way. Rosie's Craft Shack. My daughter's nickname is Rosie. Her middle name is Rose. And so my grandma's name was Rose. So Demi's great-grandma. And so my dad has always called her Rosie. So I just love that. Okay, that goes cute there. That looks really cute with that. That I like there. Let's see about this. Let's see what this looks like this way. Why not? Why not? Fairies are a little whimsical. So yes, I have all kinds of fun things in store, and I was just realizing the other day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have so many. I want it this way. Videos on deck. I don't know. I just want to use all these things that say flower fairies. But I think we need to have a little bit of diversity here. Oh, are these going to be too... Yes, doggone it. Cut these down. She does such a fantastic job. I just like to play with them. I mean, mine did not turn out as succinct or as perfect as hers or Kate's at Ink Paper Art or at our friends at Triple D Vintage, but that's okay. They're not meant to, right? These are junk journals, but we're meant to have fun with these. I'm working on that, finishing up the 4th of July journal, and when I sewed in the signature, I was like, there's a couple of things that I did not like about it. It was pulling in a spot, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to list this one. And then there was a couple spots where it got, there was some glue residue, and I was like, doggone it. But you know what? I'm not going to fret, because it's still a really cool journal, and it's handmade. Like, if I wanted it to be perfect, I would have bought it from a store, right? So we're just going to go with it. But you know, we're our own worst critics, aren't we? Okay, I like that with that. I like how I write myself notes. I do that all the time. Because sometimes I put these together and then I don't work on them for a while. And so I need to have reminders. Okay, that's going to be our middle. What does this look like if we put it here on top of that? Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, we have our signature. I better stop while I'm ahead. So this little flower fairies will go back in my basket. And I did decide, the video before this was a request from somebody who sent me a message and said, how do you keep everything organized? And so I did the video, and it was before I started this, and I was going to post it after this. I'm like, well, that's kind of silly. So in the video before this, I show you how I organize for a project, and I'm just putting it back in the bin that I talk about. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is usually how many I do, but today we're doing 21. So I like it. All right, now what we need to do probably is, excuse me, get these pockets. So here, just so you guys know what I did, these pages, of course, when I was doing the journal to begin with, I wanted some that were larger, that were going to cover some of those shorter pages. So I just cut my 8.5 by 11 pieces down to 7 1/4 by 8, and then put them together. So they're now 14.5. So that worked perfect. So top pocket, here we come. I don't know if I shared this. I think it could possibly be on a video that happens. We're going to put our notch in there now. It might be one of my Thrifty Thursday videos, but I've just been struggling a lot with, well, first of all, my allergies, but then I've been having headaches, and I have TMJ really bad, and Dave is, he does treatments for TMJ with Botox in my jaw, my temples, and my back, and I haven't had one for a while. Haven't had the Botox for a while, and so he keeps saying we've got to do that, and I think that might be part of it, because it really does. It works fabulously when I have it, and I get it done every 3 months. Well, I'm past that, and so I think that's part of the problem. But when I was over 4th of July, I was at the acreage, and when I did craft, I did so, I just have a desk there. By the way, and it won't air until August because I'm way ahead on my Thrifty Thursday video, so I'm just kind of holding off. Oh, shoot. But I bought these pins on Amazon, straight pins, and it said they were stainless steel. They're not. So when I just squirted that little bit of glue out of there, you saw the brown, the rusty part. So you probably won't be seeing those on my To Restore You Essentials, because that's not exactly what they are. Okay, so that one is done. Now we have another one, and I need to figure out where that pocket... Okay, so this is on the inside. So let's make this one on the outside. So I don't need to get my pages mixed up. So here's what I'll do. Just do that. And then, oh, I must have already planned for that. Good job, Ange. All right. So anyway, I think that part of the problem with my headaches, and I really hope it's not fact. I hope it's just all in my head. But I think it might be from standing when I'm crafting. Because my head did not hurt the entire time that I was at the acreage and I was sitting down crafting. So I'm like, is it hurting my back? And then that's making my neck hurt, which is in turn making my TMJ worse, and I don't know. But I'm in denial at the moment, so, because I really like to stand up when I craft. So that means that I'm standing almost all day long. This is one big old pocket. We're going to have some big old journaling cards to go with it. This is just that med tape again that I was telling you about. Okay. Well, those are done. Okay, now let's talk about what we've got here. I just filled my glue, so let's not have a glue problem. Okay, let me put my things away here. Now let's pull this over. And we got a little bit of time to kind of think about what we might want to use. I'm thinking, you know, these will make great journaling cards, but like this one would go cute as a pocket because we got those here. Let's just open this up. Somebody's being loud up there. That would be Demi. Like there would be okay. Let's see what else I've got. Well, that one is going to have to be a pocket because that was supposed to be a card for someone. All right, so I like that perhaps there. What else do we have? We have this is really a journal card. Okay, now we're going to use those for journal cards as they are intended. I think we're going to have to make a bunch of ephemera. That's what I think. This is really cool, and I'll show you how these work. I liked the gold because there's gold on the outside. Okay, these are all embellishments. This might make a cool belly band somewhere. And these might, I mean, I don't know. These little people, I think, are so adorable. They might not go in this journal necessarily, but they were part of the fairies, and I was cutting them out, and Landon's like, those things are kind of scary. I'm like, Landon. Oh, I love that. These are all just little pieces and parts, little fussy cut. I actually fussy cut stuff. Okay, guys, I think we're going to have to, this one we can make into some kind of pocket. We got a lot of work ahead of us. All right, so this one is actually supposed to be a tag. So maybe we'll just leave it like that for now. So we could use this as a belly band somewhere. We might not be to that point. Thinking this would be a cute side pocket. All right, well, let's talk about what we want to put in here. So, do I have a formula? Sort of. I know this is going to be a belly band, so let's just use one of these Post-it notes. And let's just walk through what we want to have in there. So, I have 21 pages. So let's do 2 belly bands. So we can have one going vertical. Oh, and you know what I have for another belly band? I don't know if it'll work or not, but I made one of these in another journal. I thought this might be fun. But what if we did a wraparound ribbon belly band? I did a tutorial on that. And then we'll have to back this, but then put something on it. So our belly bands will be taken care of. These two will be belly bands. Done. Okay. Then I think we need, okay, we've got two large pockets. So let's do 2, I'm going to call them multi-pockets. So what I mean by that is sort of like, I did this on a video just not too long ago. Where is it? Like this, where we can use it as a floating pocket, but there's multiple places. So we'll do 2 multi-pockets, and maybe we'll do, let's just say we'll do 1, because I have some of these already cut out or cut up. 1 security envelope. Bye, sweetie. I love you. Why is she leaving already? I have no idea what time it is. She has the game at 7. And it is not, I know it's not near 7. It's like maybe like 4. So we'll do 1 security envelope like this. So I'm just going to grab one out of the stash here. One of my 3. I want one that I haven't. That one will work. So we'll do that one. And then what if we do one like this? So one that maybe opens up and has pocket. And so let's just call that, this will be a side pocket / belly band, perhaps. Okay. I'm going to keep these both in here with my other goodies because I don't want to forget. Now, what else do we want to put in there? Let's see. What do I have in my little goodies of that I haven't tucked away for templates? Let's see. Well, that's that 4-pocket template. Oh, we could use one of my baby. These are from the Bath and Body. We'll put that out there. I still have another one in my... Oh, what's this one? That's more like a journaling card. So let's do 2 journaling spots. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So when I say journaling spots, what I mean is things that pull out. So, you know, like this might be still tucked in a, you know, in an envelope or a pocket, but then when you pull it out, you can write on it. Not really this one, but same as this. This one has a little magnet on it. Do that. What else is in here? Oh, yeah, these. We could do a couple. Let's do 2 wraparound side pockets. And I'm writing with an envelope. Let's keep this. See, I have that. Use as a template. Okay, so we will keep that there because we can use it. We don't need a template for our little journaling text. Is there anything else fun in here? This is magnetic. That we could do something like that, but using those little tabs. And that was from an old hanky. Okay. Oh, wait. One more thing. These are just the ones that I haven't put away in my idea book. What's this? That's just a little fold pocket. Okay. Well, we got ideas now. Let me put this back on my shelf. And I also wanted to show you when I was talking about Midori style, this is what it will end up looking like. So these are some of my ideas as well. This is the, where is the center? There it is. So see, when I'm done journaling in this, which will probably be never because I'm not very consistent, then I can pull all of this out. I can bundle it up with something pretty and put it on my shelf, and then put something else inside of this envelope. Oh, see here, more templates. Are there anything? Okay, we'll say one of them we'll use with the tab punch. And I'll put layered pocket. That will work. So we have more than enough ideas on things we can do. Layered pocket with tab punch. Let's flip through here and see if there's anything else. I love this. Oh. It might be cute to do something with a acetate, like a see-through tag. I did this on the 4th of July one, so I don't want to do that again. Oh, we need some fabric flips. See, this is why it is great for you guys and me. I'm running out of room. We can make fabric clips out of that pretty fabric, so I think that's what we should start working on. And we'll call that good. If we need to come back to it, we always can, and we can also go through my current... Oh, now I'm pulling stuff out. Jiminy Christmas, Angela. we can go through my current stash of items too, because maybe we'll have some things. But I think I did that already. Okay, let's start by making a couple fabric flips, and I'll have to take those off camera and sew them up. I'm just going to move this back again, and we'll use this somehow. And we have our little list of things we want to make. I'll throw that in there. And then I have all of these good ideas for us to do. How much time do we have? We're at 35 minutes. I think we'll have time to do our fabric flips. Okay. I'm going to set that little list aside. And I've never done that with you guys, I don't think, on my, on any of the journals that I've done. But that's a good way. I try to, like, it's different every single time. So I don't have one formula to say, okay, I'm going to do this every single time. Because if I did, it would be too boring to me. These are pretty, but I think these might be a little bit better. Gosh, these are big fabric flips, though. Look how big this is. Well, that's not going to work. Look how cute these are. Don't those make cute inchies? And, well, they probably are. I bet they're 1.5 inches. 1 3/4 inches. Hang on, I'm going to just spread this out. Gosh, I was hoping these would work. Look at how beautiful these are. Where did I get this? Cicely Mary Barker, 2008. Fairies. It's licensed to Michael Miller Fabrics. I don't know where I got this. Online somewhere. Okay, those are going to be way too big. Oh, poo. Let's see then what we got here. I bought these specifically because I thought they would make cute journal covers or journal toppers. We might only be able to do one that's this, with this size. I like this one. I don't want to have like too many, you know, the same daisies or marigolds or those kind of things. What other ones do we have here that I pulled out for colors? I have some purples, a couple purples. Okay, let's just see what, those are too much. Red is not our vibe. I'm thinking possibly maybe this one. Even this one would be cute, or this one. Okay, so E, F, or O. Let's see what's on the other side here. A is kind of pretty too. Oh my gosh, is this the same little girl? Hold on, I think it is. She's the same girl that's on our cover. I think she needs to be used in this, don't you? Or should I choose something different so there's variety? Yeah, I probably should. This little girl reminds me so much of one of our little neighbor girls, little Susie Q. I mean, her facial features look so much like her. All right, I'm thinking this one. I'm making a decision. We're going with Orcas. Manage this, Angela. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, I'm not going to be real neat and tidy. This would have been awesome. This poppy for my 4th of July journal. Or I could do something with it and put it in Miss Poppy, my new old camper. What is it? She's a 1967 Shasta something, something, something. Okay, I'm not cutting this exactly how it should be, but I'm just getting it cut out. So I hope you guys are all doing fantastico. I don't have a lot to share. I think this might be my third video today. So I don't have a lot of fun stuff to tell you. Demi's last game was last night. Well, her last game is the older girls will start regional play, and so we'll be watching them and seeing how they fare. But she is essentially, she has a game tonight, so she's going to watch all the girls tonight that are playing. And I think they have to suit up for it, but I'm just going to cut around this a little bit better. But she's not playing. And then they have a banquet on scissors Sunday, and then next week I start my regular Mondays at the office in Omaha, so I'm kind of excited about that. I already have a list of things I need to do while I'm there, but let me tell you, it sure makes my day go fast. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes, because if Dave is here on a weekend, then he usually drives back on Monday morning. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. If we just, I don't know. I mean, we certainly can drive separately, because I'll need to come back. So I don't know if we will, if we're here, if we'll stay here on Sunday and drive back. I'll drive with him, but I don't want him to have to drive back on Monday, so that's yet to be determined. I'm not going to worry about it. I just know I'm going to be there on Mondays. And what often happens, because we do like to, ride with each other, is then I'll go with him, and then I'll bring another vehicle back, and then I'll have too many vehicles. So, and plus, the other vehicle is a Jeep, and I don't like driving it. I'm just going to say that right now. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't mind driving it. I don't like driving it on the interstate. Let's see if we got something. One of these might be cute for a tuck or for a flip. I'll put that one out. I made these. We did those together in a video too. Well, I should have looked in here to see if I have any flips that will work. But we definitely want that one. We'll put this as a tuck. Possibly. Why are these all upside down? Just a little too bright. What's this say? Kind of like those colors. Start where you are. That's not too bad. That one's too long. Not the right colors. Okay. I think we might go with that one. So I think I might have a couple more. Nope, they're not quite the right color. Okay. Well, now we shall get out the rest of my fabric. So we'll put that fabric flip there. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Well, we want this to be on the top, right? That's a potential. Let me move this down. I'm getting thrown off because it's so big. So if this flips up, what if we just did like a regular piece of muslin on the back, and then maybe I can stamp on it or something. Okay, we got to make sure that it's going to fit on the page. Okay, lengthwise, we're still fine. What's this? Do I want it that wide? I'm not feeling it. Let's just do it. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, my. I'm not sure where I got these scissors, but if I had to guess, it was at a thrift shop. And I love them. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll, like, top that and then we'll put another piece of ribbon in between it. So let's cut this down. Okay, I'm really hopeful that that is my daughter and some of her friends that are here, because it does not sound like her. And she just said, "Bye, Mommy." And my son is at work, so that's concerning. That's pretty too. Maybe she was on the phone. Let's hope so.
I have to tell you a lot of stuff.
Okay, hang on.
No, it's going to take a long time.
Okay.
For real.
I'm almost finished, honey. I thought you were gone. You kind of scared me.
I was. I was gone.
Okay. Let's do this. And then we'll wrap this up because apparently she's leaving. And I'll figure out somehow to put this on there. And then that will be our fabric flip. Likey. Okay, let's move all this goodness out of the way. And see how that's going to look somehow in the journal. Somehow, somewhere. Let's just find a page. Oh, here, maybe on like there. So it covers that whole page. I like that. Awesome. All right, that's what we're going to do. And then we'll find another spot for this one. And then on our next video, we will make some ephemera. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for crafting along. And remember to take time to just be, and we will see you next time. Until then, cheers.